Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the second day of July here on New Frontier. This is episode, I'm just going to guess, 16, 15, 16, somewhere around there on the series. And I left disheveled and beaten after the last one. Tornadoes, no idea what to do with the straw that we were getting off the field. What should have been an exciting time with our first harvest on the map. Was it the first harvest? Yeah. I guess unless you count grass, but first harvest on the map. Couldn't get a harvester in the sale. Hit with a tornado. I got hit with hail. So between now and the last time I saw you guys, I got hit with hail, and yeah, it's been tough. But I did find I found some solutions. Actually, if you look really closely, you'll probably see a couple changes down there. One change I'm really excited about. One I'm like, I don't really know about that. So why don't we head down there put myself down the hill here. Let's head down there and check it out. Hello, good morning, Beast. So patch, we're on version 1.5. So today's what, Tuesday? I'm saying that slowly because I'm thinking as I'm saying it, but I believe this is Tuesday, the something of January 2025. So the much anticipated patch came out for the game. A number of really interesting items in there. One really, hello, we'll get out here. One item in the patch really I think is going to be amazing, and that's basically I have no idea what the technical side of it, but things will stop falling through the ground. I guess there's a way the ground calculates collisions. I guess maybe the game does. So the way it calculates collisions was causing things like bouncing mowers and trees falling through the ground, different things like that. And while I was making room for this project you see right here, I lost so many pieces of trees under the ground, it was almost ridiculous. But this I'm really happy with. So there's other things in the patch we'll talk about in a second. But this is my solution for the straw. I forgot about this mod actually. So when I mentioned that there was a hayloft that I wasn't very excited about, it was a more of like a generic shed. It's very nice, but it's a generic shed. That other one, I forgot about this one. This one we used on. Actually, I think I used multiples of these on the 200 horsepower challenge on Comlands, and this fits perfectly with the map. So I played around with see the blower on the side here. There's a mod I was talking about that you could kind of get a similar blower to this to kind of convert anything to a shed or to a hay loft or whatever, place to store straw. But I just didn't like the way any of it was working, and then I stumbled across this and I was pumped. So I hacked away some trees. We got a bit of a natural tunnel here with the trees. I just wanted to for the eventual use of auto drive. I wanted to make sure there was at least a laneway here, and then we have this. So I also have found my new favorite thing. I had these already. I think these are from MA7 Studios. There's a whole set of these like concrete slabs. So you can basically put them down. I guess I never liked them in the past because when you put them down, they tend to just sit on the ground. But when you use the move feature, right, where you can like grab it, say move it, and then basically like you can raise and lower it, right? So all of a sudden, these things are amazing. I really like that. So you're going to see these things overused in all of my maps, all my playthroughs. Yeah, like look at this. It's cool. I set it right in there. It doesn't affect the trigger at all. Though that was my only worry, is that it would override whatever was triggering to be able to dump the material. Now, this is kind of realistic, I guess. I mean, you may, especially these high traffic areas, you would probably want to reinforce them to protect against like degradation, mud, that kind of stuff. So I was pumped about that. And then I used a ton of textures and all kinds of crap to make this look the way I like it. And from a certain angle, it almost looks like that silo is integrated into that into that hayloft there. So at one point, it was just funny. I was just literally just, I've spent more time than I should trying to figure out a solution. At one point, I was going to delete these and sell back this silo, because really, what do I even have it for? I highly doubt we're ever going to put a lot or anything in there. But I kept reminding myself, man, you like the way it looks. That's why it's there. So anyway, so I put this in. Was really, really excited about that. Got a bunch of trees out of here, so that enabled us to make a couple of bucks to help fund it. But if you look in finances here, if you remember one of my rules, and I think I'm in year 2 now, so one of my sort of guidelines I set for myself on this was in year 2, I was able to have a max loan balance of $250,000. So I grabbed 50 grand. Actually, I can probably pay it off right now, but I only have $5,000 left. But I grabbed 50 grand to help me with the installation of this. Yeah, on the 200 horsepower challenge, which is on my channel still. So if you want to go back and watch if you want to watch somebody's mind wake up to new things in the game, go watch when I played that every day. Like it was the first time I'd ever played an easy economy, and I think I was making like $700 or $800 per 1,000 liters of silage, which was like a license to print money. I had fermenting silos everywhere. I had a couple of these haylofts. I learned how to use courseplay and auto drive. Like it was just madness until it became madness, and it was just out of control, and I couldn't play it anymore. But anyways, I learned some things about myself that day. The one that I'm not overly pumped about is this. This is so stupid. But oh my God, what the hell? Look at how much bread we have. Okay, anyways, let's look over here first. So this basically I put in, I wanted a place I mentioned to store pallets. So I use the Argsy Gaming has, or is it Argsy? Has a mod out that you can turn anything into a storage for pallets. So this will store 250 pallets, and it'll stack them up to like 6 pallets high, I think. I don't like the building that it's in. I like the mod. The mod makes sense, and I thought, oh, this will look cool. I'll put this here. I don't know what I was thinking. It's dumb, but anyways, for now, I'm going to just leave it. I'm not going to change it right away. I want to get through harvest and get the fields done, and then we'll worry about that after. But yeah, I didn't like the way I was panicking. Ooh. I was panicking around the tornado. If there had been a grocery store, I would have been lining up to buy bottles of water and chips. That's what, as you do when there's a storm coming. So, but anyways, I was panicking trying to deal with all the pallets, and finding myself just thinking, God, I wish I just had a way to store them instead of what we were going through. So I did that. I really don't like it, but it is what it is right now. I didn't want to be too far away from the greenhouses and the little production here, but I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know when the bread is at its highest, but remember we had initially enabled flour in this production when we put the oats in there, and then set the flour to distribute and put started producing bread. Well, we be producing bread. Look how it resets itself every time. Bloop. Yes, I will come up with a better solution for pallet storage, which will result in probably selling that and putting another building in somewhere. Anyways, I'll honestly like that last episode and then the subsequent, like I spent a good 2 hours afterwards just trying to find the solution to. I did not want to come back into the game and not have a solution for that straw. Now, the dumb thing about it, if you think about it, I don't have any use for the straw. I don't even know why I was collecting it, because we have no animals that require straw. We have no productions that deal with the straw, so it's like the straw is basically just going to sit there. Now, what I'm confident of, though, is that there will be a production that requires straw, or we will have animals. So the other And actually, that's probably closer than we think, because one of the other good things in the patch today, the update or whatever, was a fix to external external buildings or whatever detaching when you restart the game. So that's things like so if you have cows and you put in like a milk tank or a slurry pit or manure, it would no longer work after you came out of the game. From what I understand, I never tested it, but so that was obviously a problem. That was making me not want to have cows on the map. But now we can do it because they fixed it, apparently. Now, I don't think I'm going to do like traditional cows. I think we're going to go water buffaloes, and then everybody keeps telling me if you're going to do water buffaloes, then you need to milk them buffaloes and make mozzarella. But buffalo mozzarella. So that's what we're going to have to do. Anywho, something else I discovered, which we're going to go do in just a second. I just want to check the other greenhouses and see if they have anything. So it'd be cool to see these pallets start stacking up instead of just constantly reorganizing themselves. I guess I'm a big manual sort of kind of player. Like I like when I have to sort of do things. So when I work with this like pallet storage, it seems a little bit easy, but rather than just stacking the pallets myself. But as these pallets become more and more a part of our daily routine, I guess just stacking them is not a bad thing. The worst is going to be when it comes time to sell them, loading them all onto a trailer, and that might be when we'll be hopeful there's a pallet auto load. Because I would not be opposed at that time to maybe just do that. I don't know, whatever, we'll see. I don't really mind too much if we automate some things in this series, especially after. So what did y'all think of the first episode of Can I Play? What I'm realizing in the comments on the Comsden episode there was that people talking about how the frustrations of Comsden, having to like open and close the gates, or even having to drive in first person. I saw a lot of people talking about that because of the way the trees and the roads are. So people were frustrated with that. Also, the tight roads and large fields, right? People being frustrated with that. But I think if I was to do a series on that map, it would be very kind of finite and paced, I think. So I would never use an auto load in a series like that, where I'm really trying to slow the series down as far as I possibly can. But yeah, I could just see that being a nice slow paced series. There's some ridiculous contracts on it, mostly because there's some ridiculous fields. Okay, what's going on with this one? So because this is all in storage like this, my guess is that it'll register properly for the time-saving stock check. Yeah, okay, so and it is February, so we're going to be sitting on like all this produce. February, lettuce February, cabbage February. So that's just going to continue to build until obviously February, and then we'll be laughing. Yeah, February for everything. Okay, here's something else that I noticed, and I think we're going to want to test this right now. So we have goat milk bottled. That's the goat milk we've been producing in that crummy little dairy. But look at this. We put in the multi-cell station. So this always gave me a price for it, but nowhere to actually sell it. Now it looks like I can take the goat milk out straight from the goat in the churn. Is that right? Churn in the churn, and sell it at the multi-cell station, which is the little building that we have set up. So we are going to go do that. We're going to go test that right now. Let's take the time to put it on the actual trailer because there's a few of them. Don't do that. So it looks like I kind of wasn't sure whether we would see the wheat ready to harvest today or whether it was going to be next month, and it looks like it's going to be next month. I don't know. Can you see just inside the corn there? See right here, right on the edge? Hail damage. We took hail damage here and also on the far end of the field. Look at that. Oh yeah, you can see a patch way back there just on the other side of the road. So that's not cool. I'm not really happy about that. And then there's forecasted for hail this afternoon too. Yeah, I was cleaning things up too, so I got everything kind of packed in here nicely. Yep, perfect. I just can't handle it. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, just reading the comments. I guess you're right. So this is the Comsden episode of Can I Play ... went out on Tuesday. On Wednesday is episode 14, I believe, of this series. This is currently Tuesday now, so this episode that I'm recording right now should be Friday. But I didn't see, so when I had recorded the episode before this of this series, this is all sounding pretty confusing. I had yet to see any of the comments on Comsden. That was it. So I'm starting to see what everybody thinks, and it seemed positive. Anyways, I'll tell you, if nothing else, it's sort of the fastest performing fastest performing video that I've posted in the last month. So if that's any indication of anything, it means that at least people are clicking on it and watching it, which is cool. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the Comsden thing. So people talking about how they love that map. It seems like it's a little polarizing, the map, and a lot of it is around field size and oh man, I'm gonna hit some of this wheat. There we go. Yeah, a lot of it comes to do with like field size and accessibility. So that sounds like it would be a big challenge. Anyway, the update from Giants. There's nothing else that jumped out. I didn't see anything about the kind of rendering issue with when we mow and we leave the grass in rows, or for example, even when we were harvesting and dropping a straw swath. I guess it's anything to do with a swath. It would just kind of like glitch in and out. So I didn't see anything in the change log about that, so we might still be living with that. Oh my god, it sells here. Oh, that's good news. You know what we're doing. Oh yeah, look, even the the goat's milk unprocessed. Oh no, but when we put milk in here, it doubles, right? Yeah, that's it. So it takes 100 years to make, but it doubles. It doesn't matter. Would you rather have lots more money faster? I think so, right? And then we can just basically bring it right over here, sell it, and be done with it. And all of a sudden, the goats are worth something. At like $3,000 per 1,000 liters. That's not so bad. Okay, so a few things for this episode here. One of them should be selling that silage, I guess. Yeah, you know what? We'll get the silage sold, and we'll get that field done. There's the we might as well do that oat field over there. There's nothing saying we can't carve it up and expand it so we know exactly how big it's going to be. We want to do the other oat field too, but we want to merge it with the wheat field. But we can worry about that when we do that. Yeah. So why don't we do that? Let's now. When I say we're going to sell the silage, that means I guess I need that forage pickup. All right, but first, I guess we obviously want to check here to make sure. Oh, so there is something here I want to talk about too. So we got a little bit of a scattered episode here, maybe before we get to any kind of actual farming. But yeah, but I don't want that. There is a tractor in here. Oh, I think we're going to purchase this because we can use this to put our field in. So that's a 7.5 meter cultivator. We want to compare that in a second. What else we can get for 25 grand, but that's not what I was talking about. So there's this. Okay, so here's a tractor. I want to say this thing brand new is obviously about 150 grand, right? So we can pick it up for 71,000 at 25 hours. We can work with that. Oh, we'll cry about this vent afterwards. Stupid. Oh no, what's that all about? Got something going on with the store that I don't know about? that was weird. Anyways, okay, so this is kind of similar to what we experienced over on Riverbend, where we scored that. What did we score? Was it a Massey? Where we so this the one that's on sale here is actually one of the upgraded horsepower models, because if we go down, the base one is 150 horsepower and a max speed of 40 kilometers an hour. So each horsepower, each engine size gives you a couple speed. It lets you pick. Because look, the equivalent. So this ultimately this should be a $37,000 option. This engine. So that's pretty dang good. So we could potentially pick this thing up for 228 horsepower for about 80 grand. By the time we put, I'd put the loader arms on it for now. We have the Z-Door, but I mean, we could sell the Z-Door also, because I think we're going to get about 20 or 30 grand for the Z-Door. We could change this. Have a little throwback on the roof there to the classic color, or even go with the classic color. I like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, like I could get behind that. So that's $83,000. If we sold the Z-Tour, we would get 23,000. Obviously, we could fix it because we're at 45% health right now. But we may want to just hang on to this anyways because of the it has a loader in it. I mean, like having 3 tractors is not the worst, but anyways, I think that might not be a bad deal. So if we could, once we sell, I don't know, maybe once we do that, like we can look at that tractor and then look at that cultivator. Let's look quickly and see, is there a plow? I know we're using this plow over on Riverbend already. I wonder if there's something different we could look at. Holy crap, $87,000, eh? Okay, 26 meters, yeah. 22 meters, we don't need those. I think I'd rather have a cultivator and just make fields, because then we can cultivate our fields and not have to worry about plowing them all the time. So we currently have that. The one that's for sale right now is, I don't know, one of these. I don't know. Was it this one? I think it's this one, right? Step 1 is going to be to sell the silage. All right, silage right now is selling best at the multi-cell station. Yeah, that's nice. That's our place. Wait, does that say I have 426,000 liters of silage? How'd that happen? Okay, I'm just gonna go make sure my auto drive routes are up to snuff, and then we'll get somebody working here. All right, I'm just gonna give this a test run. I had to give myself a little bit of oh crap, I still have those show the next thing arrows on or whatever. So I'll have to see, because I put that storage thing in here, and I'm wondering if maybe we're gonna hit it here. So let's see. Because I had made some changes to the yard after setting up the initial routes, and now I don't know if I screwed some stuff up here, but this will be a key moment right here. Okay, it's close, but it's makeable. And then will I hit these pipes? Oh, there's a little piece of wood there. So this should drag itself across both of these, or maybe just the second one. Oh, okay, so it'll... yeah, perfect. I can see how that works, right? And now as long as it doesn't hit the second pipe. Alright, it's close, but it didn't hit it. So that should now take itself over to the small market stand. I just want to see if this works, because there's about 11 trips it's going to have to make in order to empty those silos. Then at some point we're going to have to also get the forage pickup, which is fine, but I didn't want to have to do these 11 laps. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll buy that cultivator, and we'll go set up the field. Yeah, you can see the scarring in the cornfield. Oh, where are you going? Okay, I mean, I wouldn't have done that. I would have gone straight down here because I clearly had a course set up. But anyways, whatever. This guy wants to take the scenic route. I'm thinking he's going to go all the way around this cornfield for some reason, but... specifically this moment here where we're kind of going behind the scenes and setting up the... and trying to mess with, like, auto drive, for example. Is that of any interest? Or is this the kind of stuff we should just cut right out and go right to the action? I'm on the fence with this stuff. Sometimes I find it interesting. Sometimes I just skip it when people start doing this. I don't always like to see the setup part of it. I just like to see the the farming and whatever, hear the story, what's going on. But I kind of wanted to test this out, so I figured we might as well. We'll include it in this one, and then you let me know what you think. Obviously, I have some work to do on my route because that wasn't supposed to happen. But I've screwed up with the corner there somehow, I guess. I probably don't have it attached. And I still have this old road routed here, and I did build a very wide corner, so you're going to see the worker kind of take to the grass, so they can come in really wide for the cell station. That was odd how they opened up the cover already. Now, as long as the forks don't hit the little market stand. And then as long as this doesn't give me an error saying it can't... Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. That looks hilarious. We're just dumping... I think we just filled the entire stand. I was kind of worried that the trailer was going to hit the stand. Maybe it still will. No, okay. I just want to see which... Does this person turn at this first road, or do they go all the way around again? Because then I know I got a problem with this corner. I'm not going to sweat it right now. Oh, but what I will sweat is the fact that when I go and make this new field, it's going to cut into that road there. Yeah, so that corner, there's supposed to be a two-way route right there, so they should be able to go either way, but obviously that's not the case. So let me get the other tractor here now. Okay, let's just do something that's going to... Whoa, let's get out of the way. Psycho. That guy was coming in hot. So obviously a clean tractor doesn't necessarily make the tractor work better, but I think we're going to just quickly take care of this. If we have time today, and I remember, I just saw them and I always forget, we should go plant some trees. Because if I just keep talking about it and we never plant them, they're never going to grow, obviously. That's how that works. But we have saplings here, so we might as well get to work with them, right? There's another mod on here, real dirt coloring, I think is what it's called. So depending on what I'm driving in, the dirt texture on the wheels will change, apparently. Now, it's supposed to be so detailed in that it'll recognize all four wheels, which is cool, but we'll have to see. Lime is definitely the obvious one, because it just glows, but yeah, we'll keep our eyes open for that. So all right, let's go see what I can find for well, let's go get that cultivator. Oh, something's going on. So this was not happening in the store before the patch. I'll be curious to hear if there's something going on. Turning off store deliveries just in case I buy, for example, that other tractor and pay 2.5% on 80 grand. Yeah, that weird thing going on in the store there was not part of the was not part of our world prior to this patch. So I wonder what's happening there. I was just gonna say, where the hell's the tractor? There it is. Okay, well, we got them making fields. I probably should have saved the game before I did this, but anyways. So afterwards, whatever edges are left over, I will go back and clean up with just with the paintbrush and the grass. I'm not too picky there. But it looks like we're getting the edge, which is good. And then we're about to have the other tractor come ripping through here. Perfect. Yeah, that guy's flying. All right, we can make some decisions on these corners later. I guess I probably shouldn't have rounded the corners. Now that I'm looking at that. Whatever. You know what? We'll fix that. We'll fix that afterwards. At least this worker is going to do the bulk of the work. So I think because we've cultivated, we'll be susceptible to weeds. So we'll have to make sure that when we plant, whatever it is we plant in here, because I haven't actually decided that yet. Once we plant whatever that is, we're going to need to spray, which is no problem. So let's go take a look over here, because I did say I wanted to put in a little side road. So once this guy goes through, we're going to see what kind of room I left myself for an access road. So there's actually two roads, really. There'll be a crossroad where the worker's going right now. I want to have a road connecting the service road on that side with the road on the far side. And then I'd like to have another road kind of going between this field and this tree line, but we'll see how much room I left myself. Which likely means a couple of trees are going to be coming down here. Yeah, this is really rounded here, so we're not gonna. I'm gonna end up kind of correcting that. Yeah, because there's the marker. So really, we want a road that goes across. Just going with the mud first. There, we can just build that little intersection there, and then we should be good. So I like to kind of use the technique where I just keep advancing and drawing in the road as I go. I just use the directional, WS, what is it? WSAD, to kind of move myself forward, and then I just paint as we go. And then basically, as you've seen, we go back and layer in all the different gravels and textures. Now it's like, so when we first met, I was using just my road building was like 3 layers of gravel. I remember somebody asking me, why do you spend so much money on gravel? I'm like, it's just the process. But now there's also not just gravel, but there's all the different textures too. So then I go back in with all like the stains and the grunge and everything too. So it's just it's a little bit much. But anyways, I think it's important to have a road network. Speaking of road networks, I have activated or reactivated the road builder tools. So at some point here, I plan on trying to use them to rebuild some of the main roads. Not rebuild, but build some of the main roads, but with the Ola Haldor road tools. I had them installed. I played with them, and I wasn't exactly I wasn't comfortable with them. There's a couple things that I thought were a little bit inflexible, which were making it hard for me to figure out how to use. So I want to go back and give them another chance. I think just because maybe it didn't do exactly what I thought it would at the beginning, it threw me off a bit. But I want to go and make some proper roads instead of just doing this all the time. It's funny, we just painted out all the grass only to try to paint back in a little bit of grass. So I don't need anything too major. That's probably going to be good enough for now. Let's see what we got for potential inroad here. Hello, chainsaw. All right, we'll probably be dragging these to the main sawmill. Well, the only sawmill, I guess. Oh, I just cut it backwards. I wanted the bottom to be facing that way. So I don't want to lose a lot more trees out of the middle here, but I don't mind a few more. And then I might go, we're going to put in the field today. I'm not going to put down lime or anything like that. So you never know. Between episodes, I might just tidy up the field a little bit, correct the corners, and then if we've sort of inherited a little bit more space here, then I may collect on that and anyway, just make things make sense. So I'm noticing that not a single tree so far has stuck itself into the ground. So that's interesting. By now I would have had at least one of them with the end of it stuck into the ground. So that's really cool. Okay, so I gotta be a little bit more careful for this one. I guess anything can be fixed, but I also don't want to do things multiple times. So if I'm careful with where I put the this road, then we should be okay. Yeah, these kind of roads I think are crucial. Like you see them all the time if you're visiting farms or whatever. Just access, right? Like it's good to have access to everything. And that could be anywhere for anything from just, a convenient place to enter or exit a field to literally needing to access something, right? Like if you had to, maybe there was some drainage or something down at that end of the field and the only way to get there was by these roads. Because if you didn't have these roads, then you got to drive through your crops. And if there's an emergency, like a drainage pipe burst or something, and you had to get there, then you don't want to have to sacrifice all your hard work and planting and everything to go in and like destroy everything just to go fix something. So I like having these roads around the farm. Eventually, if I put routes through all these little roads for auto drive, it'll just give the workers more choices. Oh, I gotta go right onto that road. I came to the wrong road. Sorry, it threw me off. All right, so does this mean we are what? No longer with silage here, or... Okay, hold on. No, you know what's happening here? This person has been instructed to wait at silo. All right, let's just see. We made some changes. I wonder, this had like 83 liters in there, so I wonder if that was screwing me up somehow. But it should basically fill up at the second. Oh, I think it hit the arm too, maybe. All right, so hopefully that works. So we still have 100,000 liters of... Okay, we got 100,000 liters of silage still to sell. We have a guy cutting a field over there, and then we want to sell some more silage there. So I'll be back in a second here. Oh, and for some reason I got the time down to 1. All right, I'll be back in a second here when we get this silage sold, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do next here. All right, so I'm in charge now. We'll get this finished here. That was just a quick break here. I looked over and this guy was almost done, so I figured you might as well come over here and then we can clean the field up a little bit. I'll probably just delete the temporary route that we had in for this one, and then once we get it cleaned up and it's all good, we can create a new field here, basically. This cultivator seems to be working like butter. So now I got to figure out what to plant in this field. I think it's got to be something that I can feed into that small production that we have there. Hell, if we just make bread for the rest of our lives, we'll be rich. But yeah, I think that's probably what we should look at. Being a grain product, which I think at this time of year is maybe only going to be wheat as we get into the fall. Is that how that works? Obviously, I could look at some kind of oil type crop, but then if I put an oil crop in, I mean, we're kind of, not that it's a main. We're doing. I've got an oil farm on Riverbend, so doing another oil type farm here maybe would be a little bit of a duplicate. So I got to be careful here because it looks like this is all field, but meanwhile it's not necessarily all our property, which I'll find out when we go to harvest and that I'm trying to harvest something that's not our land. I guess the beeping should have gave it away. Maybe it's not bad. And then what were they doing sitting there anyways? Were they in the process of trying to fill themselves up with silage and then it hit the fuel mark, or what was going on here? Let's go find out. Oh, okay, that was full. Oh, I got one more corner over here I missed. Yeah, that's pretty good. That field works. Okay, still going around the corner. I can't tell in the weather icon there if that's hail or rain. It's going to steal a little bit more here, of course. And then this field is done. Well, short of all the extra other work that has to be done to it, but then maybe we'll go grab the winch and we'll grab some of those logs and drag them into the sell point. And I don't think in this episode we're gonna achieve enough. I don't really have a lot of stuff to sell right now, so it's not. I don't think there's a lot of. I guess that's not true, right? We still have the entire bunker to. I keep forgetting about that bunker. I hate those bunkers. Okay, let's go park this cultivator. This is the kind of thing we can leave in the silage bunker once it's empty. But for now, we'll just drop this alongside here. Excellent. Let's get this so we can get those trees picked up right away. And then I think we're going to probably go and plant the saplings. So that's done. That might make the episode. We'll see. Still really want like a powerful forestry tool. Oh man, there's a crazy mod that so you know there's that case Steiger that's in the store right now. If it's still there, we were kind of I was drooling over it. I say we, but so there's somebody that turned that into a forestry vehicle. So they've put it like almost a crane on the back of it, and then it has. I played around with it. You can actually haul. I don't even think there's a limit. I think it looks like you can get about 50,000 tons of weight behind it, and it just rips. when the weight becomes too much, it just does wheelies. It doesn't go anywhere. But the thing is amazing. I can't even imagine how many. Well, it's about 1,500 actually. But I was gonna say I can't even imagine how many trees I've cut down and then dragged with the tools like this winch. The trees do not like getting like stuck beside each other, so you really got to make sure the trees come out straight when you're pulling them out of the woods like that. I'm going to go over here and get this service quickly and then see if that's why the worker stopped. Because they shouldn't have been just sitting there. They were not obstructed by anything. There was still silage in the silo. Some rear end work that needs to be done, I think. I guess I didn't consider that this trailer might also need some work. I believe I bought it used. Oh yeah. The trailer is beat. This tractor is pretty much at full strength. And then when I connect to the trailer, it's at half strength. So I wonder if I can get this trailer close enough to those, to that little shop thing. And if it'll trigger me to fix this. Because would the worker perhaps stop working if the trailer was at half lifespan or whatever? All right, let's see. Okay, good. I was going to say, I hope I don't have to drive the trailer across those pallets. All right, now everything's fixed. Okay, well, I wish the worker all the best. It's funny, a lot of the stuff I'm doing right now, I've been doing off camera. So this is the first time in a while some of this stuff's actually made it into an episode. This is kind of the reality, but the behind the scenes reality when I'm trying to get all these moving parts going in one direction. It can be just such a nightmare. You know what? Let's let that tree live for now. All right, let's go get the planter for the saplings, and we'll go throw some of those in the ground. We'll run a nice line at the back of the property there so we can get those things to start growing. It's like so many people have said, hey, you should start planting trees. And like, yeah, I've been cutting down so many trees, I just keep forgetting to plant more. I tried to actually turn this shed into the pallet storage, but I just couldn't make it fit. Couldn't make it fit in a way that I felt comfortable, I guess I should say. I just suspected something bad was going to happen. So how do you use this? Do I just roll up to the side of these and like fill up? Is that it? The answer is yes. Oh, that's cool. I like it when stuff works like that. All right, well, let's go see what we're supposed to do. Do I have to do anything, I wonder, or will this just plant? Like, do I have to determine when they go into the ground? Back here in our tree school? And where does the first one go in? Okay, so it's going to determine the distance between them, I guess. And what about if I want to do another row? Can I be too close by accident? All of these questions will be answered momentarily. I guess if I stagger them a little bit, it's kind of nice because then it makes it easier to cut down. Now, I guess if we want to watch these things grow, much like a puppy in a relationship, we need to stay together for a while. So that would mean a couple of in-game years this relationship has to continue, i.e. the series. I'm just going by my tire tracks, hoping that that's enough of a guide to keep me going straight. It'd be nice if these were just straight rows, but I don't know if that's going to be the case here. Yeah, we're down to what, the last 28? This has been tough. It's hard to stay on the track. I mean, I know some of these are getting a little close, but it hasn't given me like an error or anything. So yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to make sure that these lines are straight. Okay, so this is getting closer. So it turns out 120 saplings is a lot of saplings. Has anybody ever done that math? That's we're gonna have a ton of trees back here. What I'm curious to know is what that's going to do for frame rate in this area, because I think historically trees kill frame rate. Is that right? I guess there's only one way to find out. So I think each pass here seems to be planting about 10 trees. So we've got about a pass and a half if that's the case. But yeah, it'll look pretty wild back here once once these things are growing. So I want to keep my eyes open for, or maybe we should just stop trying to buy used all the time and just buy a used pallet of trees. But we should try to buy a new pallet of maybe some oak trees, and then we can jam those back here too, and then we can see how they grow against these trees here. I guess the oak trees would need more room. It's funny that it doesn't, like, it sort of limits how often you can put one down, but it doesn't limit how close, like, laterally they need to be. Like, I got some pretty tight lines of trees here. I might as well just let this one keep going. And then maybe in this back corner we'll jam a couple oaks. Maybe what I'll do is just buy a pallet of oaks right now and we'll put them in at the same time. What do you think? Alright, and I believe the worker is now done delivering that silage. So I still have the other silage. So we're up to $69,000. Yeah, I've got another $24,000 worth of silage to sell out of the bunker. That would give me enough to buy that extra tractor. But is that really important? I think the other thing I got to look at, okay, all right, fine. Less important than the tractor is a replacement for our lime spreader, because it's a serious disappointment. Trying to spread lime the way that it works is, I mean, it's got a great work. Oh, what am I doing over here? I don't need to. I could have just done this over there. I don't need to put the store down here. Anyways, yeah, the lime spreader, the way it sits right now, just sucks. Wait, is that a second one of those? It is, look. Slightly more money. Oh my god, what is going on here? I'm glad we're all here to see that. Yeah, see, this one you're getting the 150 horsepower. Look, 220 horsepower tractor here, 228 horsepower, I think is what the other one was. It's $116,000. The other one's 80 grand. But I'm kind of concerned the way these items are spawning in there and flying around. Oh, I did say we're going to cry about this, so is it gone? Is that harvester gone? It's gone, isn't it? The tractor's still there. Yeah, earlier. Oh, right there, yeah. So that popped up last night. I don't know. I'm happy with what we got because I think it looks awesome. This thing's non-customizable and it has less horsepower and less capacity, but it was only $152,000. Okay, so I don't think we want to put in 120 oak trees. So considering these are worth like, if I got it right, these are worth like $20,000 a piece, right? $10,000? I don't know, but I can't believe we're looking at putting oak trees in. Look how many saplings there are. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be this is going to be, if frame rate degradation is still a thing in this game, when it comes to too many trees, this area is going to be a problem. It's like a torture chamber over here. We'll get one more in before the road. I want to keep them away from the pines. There's no like real steering assist or anything, so I'm just kind of winging it. But I mean, I'm assuming, so it's letting me plant these things this close together, so I guess there must not be an issue with that. I guess that makes sense. Ideally what I should have done, I guess, is I should have painted in laneways and then we could have planted the saplings in between the laneways, and then we would have had that. Anyways, you know what? Maybe as we maybe the next time I do a tree nursery, I'll do that. I kind of like that idea, because if you paint it in grids with gravel roads, then you plant your saplings in between those grids. I probably should just look online and see what an actual nursery looks like, instead of just making it up. 2 more, but this area is going to be pretty packed. All right, there's 120 lodgepole pines and 24 oak trees, and we still have room. So, and it's hailing, right? Is that hail? Might be rain. Maybe I'm just too sensitive to that kind of stuff now. All right, what do these look like anyways? Can you imagine what this is going to look like when these grow up? The cool thing though is it's going to be very easy to just drop them and drag them. Like, probably right in this area somewhere there'll be a sawmill. Yeah, maybe at these crossroads or whatever. Maybe right on the other side of this road. So we put a sawmill right here, or the paper factory I do want to get in too. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what the amount of trees do. Like, we can literally run through the forest here, and I've never noticed any frame drop. Like, I don't monitor it with any kind of tool or anything. So it's likely that we're going to be fine. In which case, maybe I should just fill this whole area. But anyways. Maybe if every 6 months we're planting trees, then we should constantly have this cycle of trees available. All right, I want to get this planter put away. I'll get the forge pickup. We'll go fill up the. We'll fill up and sell the remaining silage, and probably be done with this rainy day. Actually, you know what? We'll just sell that silage compactor, because we're not putting anything in that bunker anymore. There. This is not the hoarder challenge, so I don't need to worry about keeping things. Kind of getting a free car wash. I probably didn't need to wash the tractor. All right, so let's hook this beast up. All right, so this is going to require a bit of manual labor on my part. As I'm driving here, if I kind of take stock of what we actually accomplished today, these days just feel jumbled, man. So there's a substantial feat right there. We have that wheat field, or this oat field that was right here, all cultivated in, and the field expanded. That's a good field, man. That was exactly what I was picturing. So I'm pretty happy with that. We finally planted some trees. I know it's just been a number of times you guys have said, "Hey, plant some trees, man," and I never did. So I'm happy that we got some of those in. Hopefully you like I don't like that storage thing right there, but I mean, you let me know what you think. But I do really like this. I like this straw. The straw of which we have no use for, but I do like the straw pavilion over here, whatever we're gonna call it. But anyways, yeah. Let me know what you think of those changes. I'd be curious to hear that. So I guess you can probably hear. I'm thinking that maybe we should. Yeah, okay, that's aiming at the right thing. That's good. We should probably be considering nearing the end of this episode here, as I've been recording for a substantial amount of time. But I think a lot of it has just been trying trying to make things work in this jumbled episode. So yeah, I will plug away at this, getting this silage sold. I've got about 9 trips back and forth, I think, in order to get this bunker emptied. Then we can park the cultivator in there anyways. It's exciting. And then anyways, and then so in the next episode we're going to wake up. I doubt we're going to wake up in the same month, but we should wake up with potentially a new tractor, potentially a new spreader. So if I can figure out how to generate some cash and we can get ourselves a new spreader so we can use that to put lime down, and then we can, and then perhaps we score. I think that Fendt is a really good deal. The one 228 horsepower, whatever, 280, 228, something like that. So I think that thing's a pretty fantastic deal, especially when you compare it to the other one that's in there that's about $30,000 or $40,000 more. When you put the equivalent horsepower together. So anyways, I think that's a steal. So we may see some stuff like that. We may see a few changes like that in the next episode. But yeah, I'm curious to see how this one edits, because I literally feel like we've been all over the place today, and I don't really know how that's going to translate. But anyways, you guys are still the best. I appreciate your patience when we get into these kind of episodes. There we go. There's a little tiny. I promise you there will be some changes to the landscape the next time we meet. So anyways, we're going to leave that there, and I will see you in the next one after getting soaked here in the rain. All right, y'all. Take it easy. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.